I'm Krystle, and I live with my husband Alex and our cat Riley. Despite living with lupus, I try to enjoy life to its fullest. So come share in life's big and little moments with me. In my shoes. Hey guys, so I had filmed a little clip on Saturday and somehow it got lost, so I'm just gonna re-record it here. It's actually Monday right now, but I will talk about what I was talking about on Saturday. So Friday night I decided not to take my methotrexate. I just made the decision not to. I had read up online and stuff, and that generally if you miss a dose, you're not going to, be in a ton of pain right away. Apparently, it takes a few weeks of being off of the drug before you might start to experience your joint pain again. So I thought, I'll just miss the one dose on the Friday night and see how that helps. And then, by the time my next dose comes around, I will have most likely received test results or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like I would have got test results or heard from a doctor or something. So, yeah. So anyways, Saturday afternoon, my mom came over. She needed help doing her taxes online, so we helped her out there. And she stuck around for a bit, and we just chatted, and we watched a bit of YouTube. And then she left, and so Alex and I had a quick dinner, and then I decided to watch the very first episode of Glee, because I was already missing the show, and just because of how the first hour of the series finale was like a flashback to 1990 when the show, or not 1990, no, 2009, 1990, 2009, whew, lupus fog. They flashed back to 2009 when the show first started, and they had the characters dress up in the costumes they wore in the first episode, and they had them recreate the characters the way they were in the beginning, and it kind of was like a behind the scenes. It's kind of like what you didn't see on the first episode of Glee. And so I kind of, after seeing it, wanted to refresh my memory on the first episode, because it's been 6 years, and I thought it would be kind of neat just to see how well they pulled it all off, recreating the costumes and the set and everything. And there was a couple of little errors that I saw in there, but all in all, they did really well. And so it was kind of neat to watch the first episode again after seeing the behind the scenes kind of episode. So it was really neat to kind of see them side by side and kind of piece together all of it, and it was like really neat to see. And so now I think I really want to watch the entire series all over again. I just love the show so much. And so I watched the first episode, and I was so tempted to just go and watch the second one, but I was like, no, I have got to get the shower card made for my friend Emily's shower. And I had been wanting to make it all week, but because I was so sick, I just really didn't do much of anything all week because I felt so sick. But I finally was feeling a little bit better on Saturday. The nausea was not as bad. It was still there, but it was not too bad. And it was nice to not feel any grogginess because I hadn't taken my medication. So I was so excited to make this baby onesie card that I saw on YouTube, and it said you can make it with your Cricut machine, There's a couple of Cricut cartridges that have a baby onesie that you can cut out. And the cartridge that I had was different from the one that they used in the video, but a onesie is a onesie. And it was the most adorable card, and I was so excited to make it. I'm like, yay, I'm gonna craft. I'm gonna make this really unique baby shower card that looks like a onesie. It's gonna be so cute. Set up my Cricut, plug it into my computer. Because the thing with the Cricut, I have the older machine. I have the Expression 2. They have a newer machine that's come out now. But you can still use your old one. And so the old one, you can put the physical cartridges right in the machine and not have to connect it to your computer. Or you can link your physical cartridges onto your computer, and then you can also buy digital cartridges online that you access on your computer. And once I got familiar with the computer software for the Cricut Craft Room, I always used that now because it's so much easier to manipulate the images, and you can lay everything out exactly how you want on the mat to cut out and everything. So it's just so much easier than just doing it with your little stylus on that little tiny screen on the Cricut machine. And so I had never had an issue before. Now, this is the first time I was going to be using the Cricut machine with my brand new computer. But I had installed the software and everything, and I figured it should be good to go. So I got everything set up, and the cartridge that I needed to cut out the onesie was from a digital cartridge. So I had no choice but to use the computer. Had it all set up, set everything up on the program. I logged into the program, no problem. Put everything on the mat. The Cricut machine was saying it was connected. Everything was perfect. I click cut, and it says connection lost. And I look at my machine, but my machine's still saying connected. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I click on cut again. And it starts to move like it's about to start cutting out, and then it stops. And so what did I do? I started to freak out. And so anyways, Alex, he's the computer guy. So we literally spent over an hour trying to get my machine to cut. We kept looking up things on Google. We found somewhere saying, there might be a compatibility issue with Windows 8. So you go in and you make it compatible, like run it as though it's in Windows 7 and you're good to go. Well, I did that and that didn't work either. A couple of times it did make a few cuts in the paper, but then it would stop. So I was getting very, very frustrated, not just by the fact that I couldn't make the card that I wanted to make, but I was worried that I no longer could use my Cricut machine on my computer, meaning I wasted money on all those digital cartridges that are just sitting there and can't be used. So then I was like, you know what? Let's try installing it on my laptop. My laptop has an older operating system. Maybe that'll work. Well, my laptop is kind of old, so it's a little bit slow. So it took a while to install everything. Got it installed. Nope, still wasn't working. Still wouldn't cut. So I was like, okay, forget it. I'm going to make something else. So I was about to just make a standard 4x6 card. And then I remembered I saw this other thing on YouTube to make a card that looked like a bib. And I was like, I'm going to do that because I can cut out a circle on my Cricut without connecting it to the computer because I have that physical cartridge. So I cut out the circles needed, and then it turns out that the circle punch that I had to make the neck out of was too small for the circles that I cut out. And so it didn't look like a proper neck in a bib. So then I was like, are you kidding me right now? This isn't working. So I scrapped that, and then I ended up going with the standard 4x6 card. And by this time it was getting so late. It was like 11:30, and I was like, screw this. So I slapped on some paper, and I feel so bad because like it, and not to say that the card didn't turn out nice. It was a nice little card. I'll actually insert the picture of it here. So yeah, I mean, it turned out, but it wasn't what I wanted. And the whole fact of the matter is that I was so excited to make this onesie card, and it was going to be so much fun to make. And it just basically sucked the fun out of my crafting night. And to top it all off, when I put the card together, I wanted to stamp congratulations on the front. Now, I didn't have a stamp that said congratulations, but I had these little clear cling letters. So you can spell out any word, you know, and you just put it on the block and you can make a word and whatever. So I take all this time to put the individual letters on the stamp block, get them all in place, and before stamping it, I just wanted to make sure it would fit on the card, so I held it up and it didn't fit the card. So I'm like, I just wasted more time putting these letters on that I can't even use. So then I had to put them away. And then I was like, okay, well, I have these little block letters that I got. And it's like these little plastic blocks, individual letters, and they connect together so that you can make a word and that the letters are evenly spaced and they're straight and all that good stuff. So I start to spell out congratulations. Come to find that they only give you one N. So I didn't have enough letters to finish the word. Like, why wouldn't they give you more than one N so you can spell congratulations? So, and then it turns out anyways, it doesn't matter. Even if I had another N, it wouldn't have fit the card either. So I ended up just typing out congratulations on the computer in a nice font, printed it out, cut it out with designer scissors, and stuck it on the front and was like, I am done with this card. I was not having fun card making. So then I had to put her gift together. And so I did do a little video of that, and it did go well, but by the time I finished it, because I had to arrange everything in the box, and then I needed Alex's help to put the basket wrap on the box. So by the time I finished that, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was so tired. And so yeah, anyways, so that's how that went. And I will now insert the other video that I took on Saturday night that somehow didn't get lost. And you'll get to see what I gave Emily and how the gift was arranged. Okay guys, so I am putting together the gift for Emily. I just wanted to show you what I got her because I had lots of fun shopping. So things that were on her registry, I got her these hangers that she wanted from Babies R Us. 3 different colors. She wanted this little take-along pack and these no scratch mittens right there. And I got her, this wasn't on her list, but I thought it was really cute, and I got her this little monkey rattle. And she wanted this little snack cup, boogie wipes, and she wanted these bottles. She wanted this swaddle blanket. It has little green owls on it. And I think she wanted these receiving blankets. They're just like the ones that Jeremy had actually when I took care of him. These hooded towels. And then I picked her up these wipes. a little diaper clutch, this really adorable baby towel that has a koala bear on it, and it's actually like it's like an apron design so that you can stay dry when you take the baby out. Baby's first journal, feeding, sleeping, and diapering log. I got her a bunch of spoons. I love these sizes. Jeremy only had a couple of them when I looked after him, but they're so much better when they're starting out with spoons than the bigger ones. Like, they're so much easier for them to hold and put in their mouth. And then I got this swaddle blanket and this knitted Halo Sleep sack in blue. And I'm putting it all into this box. Well, I know I won't be able to fit it all, but I'm going to try to fit as much as I can, and I'm going to like gift wrap it and stuff. So I'll show you guys the finished product. Oh yes, and I can't forget these little washcloths that I got. Really cute. So that is what I am doing. Alright guys, here it is, finished, put together, and I actually managed to fit everything into one box. And I put this pretty little bow. Well, I used like ribbon to tie it closed, and then I had this bow that I never really thought I'd get to use, but it actually matched the ribbon, so it looks really pretty. And now I am ready for bed because it is 1 o'clock in the morning and I am exhausted. Oh. If I hadn't have wasted so much time with the Cricut machine because it wasn't working. Okay, enough of that. Off to bed I go. So as you can see, it turned out really nice. I was really happy with it. I was very excited. And I was just so happy that I was able to fit everything into the one box. It just made it easier because it was heavy to begin with, and to think of having that and a gift bag as well, it would have just been too much for me to carry. So it worked out. And so I went to the shower. I had a really nice time. Emily got lots of nice stuff. And I managed to, I woke up with a bit of nausea on, like, in the morning on Sunday, yesterday. And so before heading out to the shower, I took Gravol and I did okay. But I noticed that my appetite just hasn't been the same because of this nausea. So I didn't eat a ton of food, but it was good. And so then Alex picked me up, brought me home, and shortly after getting home, I started to feel nauseous again. And I was pretty much nauseous the rest of the night. So yeah, so that was that. But I did have a really good time at the shower, so I'm really happy I was able to be well enough to make it. And so today is Monday and I am back at work. I did not get too much sleep last night. I didn't sleep very well. So I'm quite tired. And the nausea, again, it's not as bad. I woke up feeling pretty nauseous, and felt nauseous all the way to work. But it's kind of it kind of comes and goes in spurts throughout the day today. So I think it's getting a little bit better. But I did get an email back from my rheumatologist, and he has suggested that instead of taking 6 methotrexate pills a week, that I try going down to 4 pills a week to see if that helps. Now, in the meantime, I replied back and let him know that I did go to the walk-in clinic and that they ran blood work, and that I made sure to tell them to forward that blood work to him. So I just let him know that he should be expecting blood work in the next couple of days from me. And so, I mean, if anything came up on the blood work that might have him change his mind about me continuing on the methotrexate, I'm sure he'll contact me and tell me. But in the meantime, I guess this Friday I'll try taking 4 tablets and see if it helps. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the lower dose will help with the side effects. Because I mean, I'm going to be needing to look for a new job, and I don't really want to start off a new job being sick all the time. So, yeah, so we'll see how that goes. And I mean, if it doesn't improve, then I will be talking to them about other options, because I really don't want to stay on methotrexate forever anyways, because I hope to eventually want to have a baby, and apparently you have to be off methotrexate for 3 months before trying to conceive. So I don't want to be on it forever, and I really, you know, it's a very heavy duty medication, so I would love to be able to get off of that. So anyways, that is my update, and that was how my weekend was. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed seeing my little basket. It turned out a lot better than I expected it to. I'm getting tongue-tied, guys. But yeah, I've never really been one to be very good at putting together like baskets and things like that. I always seem to have a hard time with the basket wrap, but for some reason, maybe because I was using a box that's square, it just made it a lot easier to wrap. So it really worked out, and Emily liked everything, and yeah, we had lots of fun. So guess that's it for this video. I'm hoping that I will start to feel much better this week, so that I can actually enjoy my days off and actually be able to accomplish stuff on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday when I'm off. So fingers crossed, guys, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. And my mom just left to go home. Alex is out with his friends tonight, so I decided to invite my mom over. She came over around, I guess it was around 3, and she brought me dinner. So that was kind of nice. We had honey garlic wings and some risotto with peas and asparagus. It was really good. And